Barcelona against Borussia Dortmund today at the Camp Nou. Barca with the win by 3-1 qualify for the knockout stages. It's going to be fascinating to see who will join them. Inter, with a 3-1 win away against Prague, move up to second. On the final day, Inter at home against Barcelona. It will imagine be a Barca B side. Meanwhile, for Dortmund, they take on Prague. Inter have got the better head-to-head between the two teams. Let's start with Barca, shall we? Messi.
Yeah, he's great.
He had one of those days, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And one of those days when he was untouchable. And everything that he was able to see out on the field was very clear for him and not clear for everybody else. And so his movement with the ball, his movement without the ball, his vision, his passing, the finishing, everything was there for Lionel Messi. If you're a Barcelona fan, you're happy about the fact that you get 3 goals from 3 different people, and that would be Messi, and that would be Suarez, and of course, Antoine Griezmann, who, let's not forget, did not start the game. Comes on because Dembele gets injured. Griezmann then comes on the field, and for the first time this year that I can remember, he actually stayed on that left-hand side, showed some sort of discipline to where he found spaces that were there for him because Messi was so brilliant tonight. And when Messi's playing like this, he's going to attract attention. So everybody at Borussia Dortmund is paying attention to Lionel Messi. That ball for the 3rd goal for Antoine Griezmann is played because Griezmann times his run well. He hasn't been able to do that with any sort of consistency. We also saw Valverde today make a tactical adjustment. He went from the 4-3-3 to more of a 4-4-2, where actually Griezmann, even when he came on the field, helping out defensively. Maybe that's to make up for some of the lack of athleticism that they have out of the midfield. And maybe it's just because he's trying to find some answers. There's some issues still for Barcelona. It's still a vulnerable team. But today, if you're a Barcelona fan, you're happy, you're excited, because maybe you showed what the future can look like.
And Lucien Favre had one of those days where he thought he was in a time warp and he was playing Barcelona of 2011. Because he went into the game a little frightened with his team selection and a little brittle.
Yeah, Jadon Sancho on the
scared.
bench.
And it wasn't until it was game over and too late that he puts the likes of Sancho and I know Götze has not been playing much, but he puts them on, and all of a sudden Barcelona are under a little bit of pressure. Sancho scores a great goal, then Ter Stegen makes the great save that it goes onto the crossbar, but all of a sudden they're under a bit of pressure, and it's a pressure you felt that if they had gone for a bit more positivity, maybe they would have negated some of the Messi brilliance because they allowed Barcelona to dominate the game after the first period where they started well, then Barca dominated. It was a Suarez-Messi combination, and there was no real coming back from that.
Is Hummels going to retire after this game? I mean, seriously, to be fair to him, it could have been anybody, but Messi and Suarez, he must have been like this all night because the movement was frightening, the two of them linking up. It was kind of like old school vintage with these two. I mean, just sensational.
Now, as for Borussia Dortmund, another part that I don't quite understand about their approach, fine. They're going to be defensive? Okay. Then why are you trying to play out of the back?
Yeah.
Why are you, with the pressure of Barcelona on top of you, and you, you know what? I'm Mats Hummels from here. I'm just going to split passes. Who do you think you're playing against? And where do you think you're playing? Why don't you clear it, get everybody forward, and then you try to go pressure over there and then force Barcelona into mistakes. Instead, they're giving the ball away to Barcelona in bad areas, and from there, Messi, Suarez, Griezmann, they took over.
But if you want to be defensive, I mean, you're trying to do something that you're not very good at. Okay, Napoli did it, right? But Napoli have actually got some good defenders, right? And they've got
big bodies.
They've got players that can do that. And it's not really their style, but they can. Borussia Dortmund really aren't set up to play that way. They've never tried to play that under this manager. And therefore, so you're just completely changing your mindset to go to Barcelona at a time when actually they're a little bit vulnerable.
Meanwhile, big win for Inter. 1-0, then Prague get the equaliser. You think they could be in trouble here. But huge goal for Lukaku. Good partnership with Lautaro Martinez up front. He looks sensational.
Huge goal from Lukaku against Barcelona? No. Dortmund? No.
Oh,
Slavia Prague!
Hey, come on.
It's Slavia Prague!
Hey, this is what you want him to do, though, surely.
He
scores a big goal in a game which
Okay.
dictates whether or not they're going to be in the knockout stages.
Okay.
Lukaku was outstanding tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
He was, and he dominated. And yes, it was Slavia Prague, but his physical ability and the strength and the power and running by people and taking on people. And I have to say, the best play that Lukaku had tonight wasn't even a goal. is the assist to Lautaro Martinez in the third goal. And it was beautiful, outside of the left foot with class and everything. Well timed, and the finish by Lautaro Martinez. And you're thinking, oh, hey,
Yep.
Lukaku! He was great tonight.
Who's going through?
I'm going to take Inter. No, you know what? I'm going Borussia Dortmund. Inter doesn't beat Barcelona.
Really?
Yeah.
But it won't be real Barcelona, will it?
I don't think Inter beats Barcelona.
What do you think?
Inter beats Barca B.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And Lukaku scores and you'll say
Well,
yes.
it's Barca B. It's Barca B, isn't it? Of course he scores.
Dortmund.
Dortmund to go through. You don't think Inter will get it done?
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.